Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Quickie Crackin packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. We're back with 3 more packs of Unstable. It's time to get our jokes on, everybody. It's time to relax, kick back, relax, take a load off, enjoy some humor in these trying times. Hope you're all keeping safe, staying inside as much as you can, not going out and, risk being infected or infecting others. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and let's get right to it. It's got it that gets left hanging. That's how we all feel right now. No high fives for us unless they're virtual. Selfie preservation. Lots of selfies going on at the moment, for sure. Subcontract. Merman. Willing test subject. Adorable kitten. Oh, look at it, a cutie. Look at it. Look at it. Enraged killbot. Buzzing wackadoodle. So tap it. Target player loses 2. What is this? So as it enters the battlefield, you and an opponent each secretly choose whack or doodle. Then those choices are revealed. If the choices match, buzzing wackadoodle has that ability. Otherwise, it has buzz. So, if you both pick whack, target player loses 2 life. If you both pick doodle, you gain 3 life. If it doesn't match, you get buzz, which is pay 2, tap, draw a card. It's pretty interesting. Hammer Jammer. Good old Hammer Jammer. And our rare, not our rare, 3rd uncommon, I apologize. Steam Floggery. Good old Steam Floggery. Roll a 6-sided die, assemble a number of contraptions equal to the result. That is a lot of contraptions. There could be the possibility of 6 contraptions being built from 1 roll. It's pretty crazy. Our rare is Angelic Rocket, one of the rare host creature cards, which is, as you can see here, when it enters the battlefield, you may destroy target non-land permanent. Now imagine attaching any kind of augment to that, to being like, when you draw a card, or at your upkeep, do this thing, or pay 5 mana, do this thing. Like, having a creature that says pay 5 mana, destroy target non-land permanent is pretty crazy. We got our nice forest there. Not foil, just a forest. But we did get a foil rare. We got a foil X. Okay, there you go. Foil X. X is an interesting card. So it's a 2/2 for a blue and a black that says as long as X is in its owner's hand, as long as X is in X's owner's opponent's hand, X's owner may cast X and activate X's abilities. The opponent can't cast X and plays with his or her hand revealed. So, the idea here is that I cast X from my hand, it goes onto the battlefield. Then for a blue and a black and tap, I can put X into target opponent's hand. Then for 3, a blue and a black, I may play a card in the same hand as X without paying its mana cost. So essentially it allows you to bump X into your opponent's hand, and then once it's in their hand, you can then start playing their cards for 5 mana. That's it, right? But also your opponent can't play it out of their hand. So it just kind of sits there. Now, the other thing here is that once you play it, right? Once you play X out of their hand onto the battlefield, now they have the ability of pay this and put it into your hand, which then allows them to then do, like, it's very confusing and strange. You basically want to get it into their hand and then just leave it there as long as you can. And that's a nice little foil rare, of course. We've got Turbo Thwacking Auto Hammer and Applied Aeronautics. And then a sweet foil clue token with a full art clue on the back. There it is. All right. Let's move along. We got Big Boa Constrictor. We got Hammer Helper. Steady-Handed Mook. Wall of Fortune. Eager Beaver. It's eager. Chivalrous Chevalier. My goodness. Numbing Jellyfish. You can see we've had lots of hosts, but we haven't had any augment cards yet. Extremely slow zombie. So you can see this is the first one, right? It's got BR. And so it's 3/3 with Last Strike, and Last Strike means it happens after normal combat damage, which is hilarious. Stamp of Approval is our first uncommon. We got Cog Mentor as our second uncommon. Then we have Party Crasher, another goblin here. Right up MTG Unpacks alley right there. And then our rare is Rules Lawyer. This is the card that, like, when people played it during, like, tournaments and stuff when this set came out, the judges were like, ugh. Okay, so the first line of text on here. State-based actions don't apply to you or other permanents you control. That's a big game changer. A big game changer. So it says in brackets, you don't lose the game due to having 0 or less life or drawing from an empty library. Your creatures aren't destroyed due to damage or death touch and aren't put into a graveyard due to having 0 or less toughness. Your planeswalkers aren't put into graveyards if they have 0 loyalty. You don't put a legendary permanent into a graveyard if you control 2 with the same name. Counters aren't removed from your permanents due to game rules. Permanents you control attached or combined illegally remain on the battlefield. For complete rules and regulations, see Rule 704. So, like, it basically just removes all state-based actions from impacting you, and the state-based actions are basically the things that check literally all those things that were just stated. So, like, you can't lose if you have 0 life, all these kind of things. Like, pretty ridiculous card. Pretty ridiculous card. And then we've got our Sweet Island. And then we've got, ooh, a mythic contraption. We got a mythic contraption. Fairy Airy, which is whenever you crank Fairy Airy, create 2 1/1 blue Fairy Spy creature tokens with flying haste. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. So they only stay in play for a turn, but still very nice. Division Table. And a nice foil goat token with, of course, the, oh, I didn't see you there. I was just heading out to Friday Night Magic. Squirrel in a bathrobe. Squirrel in a bathrobe. This video needs to be under 10 minutes. Let's go. Let's do this. We've got a Subcontract. We've got Bumbling Pangolin. We've got Steady-Handed Mook. We've got Hammer Helper. Ground Pounder. Numbing Jellyfish. Really Epic Punch. Mad Science Fair Project. Border Guardian is our first uncommon. Aerial Toastmaster is our second uncommon. There's our first augment card. Half Kid and Half. So there you go. Whenever you are dealt damage, attach it to your Angelic Rocket. Destroy target non-land permanent. Seems pretty ridiculous. Seems pretty ridiculous. And our rare here is Clocknapper, which is a 2/2 for 5, 3 and a blue. This is when Clocknapper enters the battlefield, choose beginning phase, pre-combat main phase, combat phase, post-combat main phase, or ending phase. Steal that phase from the target player during their next turn. So you can basically stop them from untapping by taking their, the beginning phase. So if you choose their beginning phase, they don't untap, they don't draw, right? If you take their main phase before combat, they can't do anything before going to combat. If you take their combat phase, they can't attack. If you take their end step, they don't get to do any of their end step triggers. So it's kind of interesting. If you have a bunch of things that trigger at end step and stuff like that, you could steal that, and then you get to trigger all your end step stuff. I believe that's how it works, because you steal it from them. Then we got a Sweet Swamp, and then you've got a Treadmill, and a Boom Flinger. And, ooh, a Fairy Spy. There's the Fairy Spy that we just saw from Fairy Airy. And it's got, of course, oh, hello there. I was just reading up on the latest magic news at dailymtg.com. Again, the same squirrel in the same bathrobe. We're interrupting that squirrel a lot. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I have been your host, MrBevers. I hope you enjoyed this little quickie of Unstable. One of my favorite formats of the past few years. This set was amazing to draft and play with friends. In fact, I have a set of packs of this set aside for a 6-person draft. I have enough set aside for a 6-person draft, I believe it is. So I'm hoping that I can organize that with some of my friends, and we can get that going in the near future. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, may your pulls ever be better.